Okay, so what's your trade worth? I mean, that's valid. You could do your research. I guess you could do a lot of invalid research by looking on Kelly or Edmunds or NADA or whatever. Of course, all of their values will differ, and you being a typical consumer, you'll use the highest one for your car. But understand that if the numbers are corrupt, meaning there's a few $1,000 spread from one consumer advocate research site or another, that just means the numbers are no good. And if they're no good, they're no good, and that means none of them are usable. There's only a couple of ways to find out what your car is worth. The number one best way is if you have a Pontiac, you pull into 3 Pontiac dealerships, or you call 3 Pontiac dealerships and you say, look, I'm moving to New York, I'm not going to need a car, I'm going to take taxi cabs. What will you buy my car for? What will you pay for my car? All 3 of the dealerships are going to give you an offer, and trust me, they're going to be very, very close together. And that's going to be market. Another way to do it is you can go in using our system where you've already decided to make a profit offer on the car that you're buying, $400 over invoice, whatever, and now you deduct your trade and you say, listen, I'm already a buyer, allow me to see your Manhiem auction results. But guys, don't overclassify your car. If you're like a typical consumer, you're going to say, oh, all of those brought $15,000, mine is that much nicer, it's worth $16,000. It doesn't work that way. Here's the way it works. If it says that cars like yours in your mileage category are bringing 16, then you got to figure if you took it to the auction and it got 16, you're going to take home about 15.3 after auction fees, transport costs, reconditioning, etc. That's minus anything that it needs. Like if the tires are even half used up or whatever, dent and ding removal. If it was smoked in, deduct 1,000. And that's real life, and it's not going to be what you want to see in your ideal scenario. But you know what? You know that once you end up at the dealership, you come in a little optimistic, and you end up leaving disappointed. But if you would start in the right range, you don't have to set yourself up for disappointment.